Hey, thanks for joining me. Today, we're going to talk about something really tough, the journey through grief. It can feel so lonely, so overwhelming. But what if there was a way to navigate it with strength? What if you could actually transform that pain into a new sense of purpose? Let's explore what it means to become a grief warrior.
You know, grief is something every single one of us goes through. Voltaire said it perfectly. Tears are the silent language of grief. It's that language our heart speaks when we just don't have the words. And while we all experience it, the path through it feels so incredibly personal, doesn't it?
So, to get started, we have to look at something crucial, our own internal dialogue. The words we use inside our heads can literally shape our entire experience with grief. Let's start by looking at what we can call the old language of grief. What I love about this is how it lays out two completely different paths. Over on the left, you see the old language. It's defined by words like loss, pain, and feeling stuck. And honestly, this is where most of us start. But look to the right. There's a new language, one of lessons, power, and becoming unstoppable. And listen, it is so important to just acknowledge these feelings. The loss, that intense sorrow that just goes around and around in your head. The pain, that raw heartbreak, and that feeling of being stuck, just completely unable to move because everything is so stressful and confusing. This is real, and it's a totally normal place to start. But here's the thing, and this is the big turning point. You don't have to stay there. You can actually choose a new direction. This is where we step onto what we call the path of the warrior. Now, when you hear grief warrior, you might think it's about fighting grief or pushing it down, but it's not that at all. It's a mindset. It's about discovering this incredible strength you already have inside you and making a conscious choice to heal so you can live your beautiful life as fully as possible. Okay, so that sounds good, right? But how? How do you actually make that shift from feeling so stuck to feeling strong? Well, this is where some practical tools come into play. Let's look at a few frameworks that can really guide you on this journey. This is where the roadmap comes in. It's built on 3 core frameworks, and they're designed to be really easy to remember, like a toolkit for moving forward. They are SPARK, MAGIC, and ETERNAL. Let's break down what each of them means. First up, we have SPARK. Think of this as the thing that gets it all started. S is for finding practical solutions. P is for pivoting your view, turning away from what's not helping. A is all about your attitudes and choosing them consciously. R is for recognizing old patterns so you can reinform them with a new perspective. And K is for getting the knowledge you need to heal. So after the spark, we get to the MAGIC. This one is all about the internal work. It's about the mental adjustment that has to happen for healing. And you do that by focusing on growth and gratitude, finding those deep insights in your experience, and so importantly, rebuilding your confidence. And the final framework is ETERNAL. This is where you really transform your entire relationship with loss. It's about embodying their energy, transforming your pain, creating an enlightened relationship with their memory, connecting with nature, adapting to your new life, and truly understanding that love is infinite. So when you start working through these frameworks, something really amazing starts to happen. You actually begin to rewrite your own story. You start speaking a whole new language. Remember those old words from the beginning? Loss, pain, stuck? Well, watch what happens to them. Loss becomes the incredible lessons you gain from your loved one. Pain gets transformed into power and passion, maybe even to help other people. And stuck evolves into living an unstoppable life, one that's full and flourishing. And please hear me on this. This shift is absolutely everything. It doesn't mean you forget. It doesn't erase the past. But adopting this new language, it just opens up a world of new possibilities. It makes a future where you can be happy and fulfilled feel possible again. All right, so where do we go from here? The final piece of the puzzle is taking all of this new language, this new strength, and weaving it into a life of real meaning. It's about living an unstoppable legacy. And it all starts with asking some really foundational questions. Seriously, take a second with this slide. What is most important to you in your life? What are you here for? This is the very beginning of finding that clarity. Now here's a really powerful little exercise to help you find the real answer. Whatever you came up with for your purpose, I want you to ask yourself, why is this important to me?
And then ask it again, 7 times. Each time you answer, you'll get a level deeper, past the surface stuff and right to the core of what truly drives you. And this is the most beautiful part of the whole journey. Our purpose is so often tied to the legacy of the person we lost. Their life, the way they acted, the love they gave, it all leaves clues for us. They were teaching us key lessons about how to live a great life. So that brings us to the final question, which is really more of a call to action for you. After all this, knowing that you can change your language, that you can find purpose in their legacy, how can you be unstoppable? The answer to that is yours to go out and live.